Hey everyone, this is Senior Stationery, and today's review is on the Clickster mechanical pencil from Sanford. Thank you, Mr. Legume. So let's take a look. Those who are familiar with Sanford basically now is non-existent. It's just barely a sub brand or division from Newell brands. The same guys who bought Papermate, Parker Pen, Waterman, and what else? Sharpie. So they basically own a lot of the main US brands of stationery, including Sanford. Sanford, at some point, or at least as far as I remember, until around the 1990s, they produced a lot of items. They produced mechanical pencils, they had wooden pencils, they had erasers, they had pens, roller balls. Um, some were siblings to Papermate, and others were of their own. And this is one of their own. Um, Many of their items from Sanford at the end were either made in USA or imported from Japan most of the time. This being a mechanical pencil, and if we look back, or for those people who were probably young around in the 90s, I was a young kid in elementary, but I remember watching the brands or sort of noticing the differences, and at least here in Mexico we were used a lot to the US brands, and we started seeing as a novelty Japanese. We saw the Japanese invasion. We started seeing more items from Pentel, Pilot, Zebra, Uniball, and all of the like. So something that we could say or notice is, well, what did US brands like Papermate or Sanford did? Well, they also started working or getting stuff from made or developed in Japan. And one of those is this pencil. A translucent, as you can see, it's all plastic pencil. It looks nice. You can see over here kind of sort of the coil and the mechanism. It's side it's a side operating pencil, similar to a very popular pencil from Pentel, and you're probably familiar with that one. As well as Pilot also has maybe a few models. This is very typically from Japanese pencil makers. We have plastic clip, as you can notice. Simple. You have to be careful because it's easily breakable. You have the sort of arrow or chevron logo here and the Sanford font over here on the top. So it's very slightly, but you can see it says Japan. And we have the eraser, which is in pretty good condition. I found this pencil in a all stationery shop. They had them on clearance. And smoky black, and smoky black. So it's basically bicolor. Looks very 90s. I'm guessing around the mid 90s. So we have the eraser. The only flaw about this design is if we pull out the eraser or eraser ends, well, if it ends all the way inside, you cannot pull it out. You'll have a hard time pulling out the rest. But if you also pull it out, the leads can drop off easily. So you have to be very careful, because if you're missing the eraser or you lose it, you'll have leads falling out. Well, over here, let me see if I can get it out. Here, as you can see, it pops out. So you have to be very careful with that. It's fairly good plastic, breakable, but this is a disposable pencil. But again, if you're someone who takes care of their pencils, well, you basically just rub the eraser, which I don't recommend. You should probably leave it just as an emergency and just basically use the pencil. So now let's do a quick test. So this is the Sanford Clickster. This is a 0.5 millimeter pencil, and it's made in Japan. It's from the 1990s. I'm guessing sometime around probably 1994 to 1996 or 7, around that era. I remember seeing this pencil at some point, so it's nice to see it again. It's kind of like a sort of a blast to the past. Graphite feels good. This is the factory LEDs. I haven't added any others. Writes fairly comfortable. It's an hexagonal barrel. I don't know if you can notice. Well, the top is a cylindrical end cap, but the rest of the barrel is hexagonal like a pencil, so that's pretty good. How well does it erase? Let's see. Well, it erases pretty good. This is probably an HB pencil. Erases fairly okay. Again, this is a good cheap alternative or very budget pencil. Probably I'm guessing this pencil competed with the Bic pencil as well as other cheap pencils like the Papermate Sharpwriter, which is not refillable. But this one, the good thing is it's refillable even if it's very cheap and thought to be a disposable pencil. Now let's see the eraser. Okay, the eraser, as we will expect, it sucks. So no more erasing with the original eraser. Never mind that, they're never really good. So let's stick just to our block erasers for erasing. So this is an iconic 90s budget pencil, a nice find, pretty cheap, probably maybe more expensive on eBay because anything Sanford is now really rare, despite the fact that they used to be seen everywhere around back in the 90s. But anyway, it's a nice style and a nice historic piece. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.